Hey everyone, welcome back to Shade Review. In today's video, we are reviewing what I believe to be the first ever pair of folding sunglasses that Oliver Peoples ever produced. This is the Oliver Peoples 4 Porter folding sunglasses, and these actually do not have a model number or even name. They're just referred to as the Oliver Peoples 4 Porter. Now, these first came out in 2013 and were only available for a very limited amount of time. These frames are made in Japan, and the company that they teamed up with, Porter, I believe, is a very high-end luggage manufacturer in Japan as well, so it makes sense these frames would also be made in Japan here. These frames were produced in very limited numbers, but they actually are relatively available easily online and on popular auction websites, and of course we do have some of these on our website as well, so make sure to check out shadereviewstore.com if you're interested in buying this pair of sunglasses or any other really cool Oliver Peoples frames that are now discontinued. But these are really cool, so I'm gonna just fold them up very quickly to show you what they look like folded up. And here we can see they kind of offer that Wayfarer styling. They kind of look like a original Ray-Ban Wayfarer here, but these definitely have much more high quality acetate material, where the folding Wayfarer, I believe, is made out of a nylon, so much more high end on this particular pair of sunglasses. So they're going to fold here on the bridge. In the middle of the bridge is going to be a metal piece, which is going to add a lot of rigidity to them. Now, as far as the exact colorway that I have on today's video, these have Oliver Peoples dark amber frames, which are absolutely beautiful, and they just have a classic brown, kind of like a B15 lens. Now, these lenses are not an all glass lens, surprisingly enough. They're actually a polymer or plastic lens, which is definitely a little bit disappointing. I would like to see these with an all glass lens, but I guess for practicality purposes, they decided to go with, I believe, a nylon lens or a CR39 lens. I'm not entirely sure because there's not really a lot of documentation about these frames online. And those frames also have a pretty decent weight to them because they do not have those all glass lenses. So they're going to come in at 34 grams for the frames and lenses, which is a really good weight. Very, very comfortable. And you can wear these frames for a really long time without any discomfort, which is really nice. I do like that a lot about these frames. Now, as far as the build quality goes, these are actually built really, really nicely. All the finishing and material here is really, really good. The biggest disappointment of this pair of frames is going to be the gaps where the hinges actually connect. So here on the top of the bridge, we can see a pretty big gap, and then here on the temples again we can see a pretty decent sized gap. It's about 0.5 millimeter maybe, and it's pretty noticeable if you're looking for it. And modern Oliver Peoples frames don't have basically any gap whatsoever on their folding pairs of sunglasses, where that gap is completely and totally normal. And it's also really interesting to take a look at these frames and notice all the similarities between these and the folding Gregory Peck that didn't come out for another 6 or 8 years. These are definitely very, very similar to those sunglasses. Now, if we take a look at the front of the frames, you can see there aren't any gaudy logos or anything like that whatsoever on the fronts. And then here on the temples, again, nothing gaudy. There's absolutely no logos whatsoever. It's just a really, really classy and good looking silhouette. Now, if we take a look here at the inner right ear rest of the frame, we can see it does say Oliver Peoples 4 Porter, and then we can see the exposed metal hinges, and then it says made in Japan here in the inner right ear rest. And if we take a look at the inner left temple frame, we can see the sizing information, and the DA stands for dark ember, which is kind of like the color code of this frame. Now, if we take a look here at the outside left ear rest of the frame, we can see an embedded golden Oliver Peoples logo embedded into acetate, which is a really nice touch as well, and there for authentication purposes. We can also see the little dots here on the front of the frame, and those are not just there for show. They actually will connect the metal hinge to the metal rod that goes through the frame, so it's going to add a lot of rigidity. Now, these frames originally shipped with a really cool looking soft pouch case. Unfortunately, I do not have that with my particular pair of frames. I really wish I could find that, but that's actually really hard to find for whatever reason. It seems like people who sold their sunglasses kept the case for whatever reason, but definitely hard to get a hold of that there. Overall, a really, really cool and fun looking pair of frames. Definitely has a lot of Oliver Peoples history. Again, when it comes to their newer folding frames, you can see a lot of inspiration from these. These definitely look a lot better on face than they do in a display cabinet. So don't be fooled by the kind of weird looks when they are just sitting on a table. They look a lot better here on face. And again, I really do like the weight as well, making them very comfortable for all day use. And you can of course easily fold these into your pocket as well if you're done using them, which is really nice. I always like to do that with a pair of folding sunglasses. I wear a shirt with a little pocket there, pop them in, and then we are good to go. But yeah, overall, a really interesting pair of sunglasses. I do like these. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to give me a big thumbs comment down below, and of course, make sure to hit the subscribe button, and then you'll be notified every single time I upload a brand new video just like this one to our YouTube channel. Again, thank you so much for watching the video, and I'll catch you all in the next one.